Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here and today it's time for me to bring you episode number 18 of Season 2 of our Leicester City career mode here today, and today we have got some really big games. First of all, starting off with a home tie in the first leg of the Champions League round of 16 stage against Bayern Munich of all teams. That is going to be a tricky one. Obviously we came second in the group, so we don't exactly get the easiest of draws. We've then got a Stoke game in the Barclays Premier League, followed by, at the end of the episode, a titanic Capital One Cup final tie against Arsenal, who obviously, as you saw from the intro, we actually played in the exact same fixture, the final of the Capital One Cup in Season 1. So we'll have to see whether we can retain the trophy that we won last year, or whether Arsenal will get revenge. In the meantime, in the background, you're seeing me give Francois Camano a new contract. He came to us in the player conversation section and said that he wanted a new contract, so I went ahead and gave him 26k a week, and he decided to accept. Now, a few episodes back, and in recent episodes, because we've been getting some strange results against some big teams, it's only natural, I suppose. A lot of people have been suspicious of whether I'm actually playing on Legendary, so here's some proof. Going into the Bayern Munich game, we are on Legendary difficulty, which in all honesty isn't much to be bragging about, because in my opinion, Legendary is less difficult than World Class this year. Nevertheless, we're getting into this first game of the episode on Legendary difficulty against Bayern Munich. Of all teams. Now, nothing to ease you into the episode. Bam! Straight out against the German champions. There you can see the squad, though, in the background. Pretty much our strongest side, though. And Kulu is out suspended, and Masuaku is obviously injured. And we actually got a really good chance right at the start, though it didn't end in a shot. Mbolo smothered there by the Bayern Munich defender after a mistake, an unusual mistake, from Manuel Neuer. Iron Robben, one of Bayern Munich's other really good players, it has to be said, hitting the bar as well, and Maxi Arnold coming close as well. Arnold, who probably has quite a lot of experience playing Bayern Munich, but nevertheless going forward in the 24th minute. Kante finding Jamie Vardy. He's lifted it over the goalkeeper, but unfortunately the Englishman was in an offside position. Kante unfortunately hesitating before putting the ball forward to the striker, but Holger Badstuber has been caught in possession, and Mbolo slotted it across, and this time Jamie Vardy does get the goal, and it is not offside. Yes, it's a trampy goal, because we passed it across. I understand the issue here, but against Bayern Munich in a tie that was looking so difficult, we have to take these opportunities when they come. We've been scoring some really good goals recently, so I think you guys will allow me for now, but key to our success in this game would be good defending if we were going to win it, and Kevin Wimmer and Daniel Amati there with some fantastic challenges, and Amati even picking out Riyad Mahrez there right at the end of the first half, and Jamie Vardy at the end of the same half trying an acrobatic effort there from a corner. Iron Robben though now going forward, and Daniel Amati heads away. It's dropping there at the feet of Arturo Vidal, and what a strike that is, but still some good defending to nod it out towards Arturo Vidal, and even Riyad Mahrez getting back, and then Jeffrey Schlupp in the end clearing the ball after the Algerians block. From a corner though, it's back to Patrick Weinrauch. She now finds Robert Lewandowski. It breaks for Badstuber, and then Javi Martinez, but a fantastic save from Kasper Schmeichel to deny the Spaniard. Bayern are going forward though again with just 4 minutes to go, and Robert Lewandowski forces a good save out to Kasper Schmeichel at his near post, but now with just 1 minute of the game to go, Jamie Vardy hitting the post with the help of Mario Götze's foot, and we could have ended up winning the first leg there 2-0, but it's a good result in the first leg at home. You'll be seeing the second leg next time, which is at the Allianz, of course, but going into that one, we have not conceded an away goal, so if we score in that second leg, we're in a very good position. Good ratings for Kasper Schmeichel and Patrick Herrmann, some pretty average ratings though across the board, in all honesty, because it was only a 1-0 win, but nevertheless, a fantastic result against the Titans of German football. Nevertheless, now into the next feature of today's episode, and I'm going to ask you a bit of a question here, whilst you see a little look at our youth academy at the moment, of which Frederick Riex is probably the most promising of the players, the man you see there on the screen. Would you like me to play my youth players and youngsters for the remainder of the FA Cup? Obviously, last time out we saw them do very well against Tottenham, so would you like to see the youth graduates trying to get us all the way to Wembley in the FA Cup? Because I realise that could be quite a good story. Or should we keep playing the starting 11 players and risk them getting a bit tired and injured, but perhaps have more chance of success? There'll be a straw poll for that in the description. Nevertheless, now into the second game of today's episode, the middle game of the episode, and there you saw a moment ago going into this game against Stoke, we are actually the top scoring team in the league by 1 goal, I think it is, and Wissam Ben Yedder and Mbolo up front will be looking to add to that with Mahrez and Herman the supporting wingers. The rest of the team pretty much unchanged from the Bayern Munich game, apart from Nkulu coming in for Amati after his Champions League suspension. Now, we got a corner very early on in this game at the King Power Stadium, and it was blocked there by Anikdote after the shot from Maxiano. It's gone out for another corner, looking to put a lot of pressure on Stoke already. It's fallen to N'Golo Kante from the second corner, and we've now forced a save out of Jack Butland. So we are coming closer and closer here, and after just 5 minutes, we've already had 3 corners. It's come, though, to Maxiano on the edge of the area, and it's gone in this time. The peppering of Stoke's goal does in the end count for something as the 2 Germans combine from the corner. It's pretty poor goalkeeping, in all honesty, from Jack Butland, diving backwards, though he is slightly unsighted with Kevin Wimmer in the way, but we take a very early 1-0 lead, and we're still going forward again. Brildol Dembolo finding Maxiano, but Butland tips it onto the post. Ben Yedder swings it back into Kante, and he puts it just over the bar, so much so that my mouth just completely forgot how to speak English, but nevertheless, somehow, we are not 2-0 up here, and Butland with another save now, this time from Ben Yedder, and already we've had a good 4 or 5 massive chances in the first 20 minutes, all the way into the 41st minute though now, and we are going to take a 2-0 lead as Patrick Herman forces the save out of Butland after his finesse strike from cutting inside from the wing, and it falls for Wissam Ben Yedder, who takes a touch and half volleys it, into the empty net. And after 42 minutes and a dominant first half, I don't think I've ever played a game this easy on this difficulty in my life before. However, it seems as if Stoke have woken from some sort of first half slumber, and Mame Biram Diouf coming close. As you can see though, Herman's shot is blocked and Mbolo fires in off the crossbar, but unfortunately he is offside according to the linesman. But if we see here, it looks as if it's pretty damn tight. I don't know if he really was offside or not. Probably should be giving benefit of the doubt there to the striker, but benefit of the doubt to the striker not given there to the Stoke winger, unfortunately for him, because he's hit the post. Montero, who took that strike, has now lost out to some great defending from Wimmer. Some lovely passing play there from Arnold, finding Mbolo, who then finds Ben Yedder on the run, and he finds the top corner. And we do take the 3-0 win to put this game beyond any doubt whatsoever, and Wissam Ben Yedder going over and celebrating with his teammates, of which I think one is Tarajai and the other might be Ben Chilwell. I'm not entirely sure, but you can see there from the replay, it actually did take a slight deflection off Ryan Shawcross, so it is quite unlucky for Stoke. Mame Biram Diouf, though, they're finding Jeff Cameron, and what a one-handed save that was from Kasper Schmeichel. On the counter-attack, though, Marko Arnautovic has been set forward by a fantastic ball from Mame Biram Diouf. It's 1-on-2 there for a moment, and Nkulu does well there to block the initial strike from Arnautovic, but it falls to Diouf, who turns Kevin Wimmer and blasts the ball past Kasper Schmeichel, meaning the Dane will not get his clean sheet, but it is going to be surely too little too late with only 11 minutes to go to make the game 3-1. Wissam Ben Yedder has been set away now with 5 minutes to go. He skipped past Ryan Shawcross, who's had a shocking day so far, and he tries to chip Jack Butland. Perhaps overconfidence there from myself, but trying to chip the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, it is saved. Going forward again, though, at injury time, and Francois Kamano will try and make it 4, but it is blocked by a combination of Jack Butland and the defender, meaning the game does end 3-1, but it is still a very solid game. One that Stoke will be disappointed about, because they really didn't turn up in that first half whatsoever, but did show promise in the second half. Really came into it in the second 45, but the damage was done in the first period. As you can see there, man of the match going to Max Arnold with a 9.8 rating. Basically perfect match for the German central mid, and a good rating as well for Patrick Herman, who got an 8 rating as well. Moving on though from the second game of today's episode and into training, and you can see Luka Zahovic has gone up to a 75 overall. You guys decided you wanted to see Daniel Amati especially being trained along with Luka Zahovic, and I decided to train N'Golo Kante because he was very close to going up to 80 overall. But today's question of the day, or the second question of the day, on top of whether we should be playing our youth players in the FA Cup from now on, is who would you like me to train in the month of March? So that's going to be 4 training periods, and you guys will directly decide which players get trained for that month. The second straw poll will be in the description. Nevertheless, It is time for the big one, the Capital One Cup final against Arsenal. The North Londoners are looking for revenge after we beat them 3-1 last season. After Alexis Sanchez scored a penalty to give Arsenal the lead, we came back thanks to 2 Shinji Okazaki goals and a goal from Jamie Vardy as well, which was arguably the pick of the bunch. Nevertheless, stepping out onto the Wembley turf, the captain for today's game is N'Golo Kante due to no Kasper Schmeichel in the side, as Raul Gudiño helped us get here, so I decided to put him in the side, as well as a few other younger players. Both our January signings, Lucas Klosterman and Daniel Amati, playing this one. Okazaki, who did so well in the final last year, also comes into the side, as well as Pione Sisto and Danny Drinkwater as well. Fukurata Mazuaku is still injured, unfortunately, for him, but we'll be hoping to test that man there, Petr Cech, largely in this game. The first chance, though, a half chance certainly there for Santi Cazorla, who drags his shot well wide. Drinkwater, though, has played through Shinji Okazaki, who's been brought down by Aymeric Laporte. Last man, that has to be a foul, and at the very least, a yellow card, but arguably a red card. He was the last man. Clearly there was Laporte. He's brought down Shinji Okazaki. We've got nothing from it. Nevertheless, though, Arsenal have gone forward straight away, and typically they have scored. We were so annoyed at the fact that we didn't get the free kick, the clear free kick and clear last man red card, that we switched off and allowed the quick free kick to be taken, and Santi Cazorla has punished us, and this is massively unjust because we should be in the lead. We should be level, and we should be in the lead in terms of men on the pitch, but Jamie Vardy's trying his hardest to get us back onto level terms. Theo Walcott, though, trying to extend the lead, but is denied by a one-handed save from the Mexican goalkeeper Raul Gudiño. Into the second half, and Arsenal are still pressing and again forcing a save out of Gudiño. This time it's Giroud who forces the save. We're still feeling cheated, in all honesty, and Bril Donald Mbolo is taking matters into his own hands, tackling the Arsenal defender. Jamie Vardy cuts inside but drags the ball harmlessly wide. However, we are coming closer, but Vardy should be doing better. I'll let him off after he scored against Bayern Munich. But now Jamie Vardy going forward again. He's found Patrick Herrmann, and now heading towards injury time. He cuts inside, but it hits the crossbar. And surely now, that is it. Patrick Herrmann coming so close to giving us a spectacular equaliser. But it is not enough. The footballing gods were not on our side today, hitting the crossbar in injury time after Arsenal should have been reduced to 10 men in the build-up to their one and only goal. In terms of how the game played out, Arsenal definitely deserved to win, but unfortunately, had the decision gone the other way in terms of that challenge, that last man challenge on Shinji Okazaki, perhaps it would not have ended in this way. But Arsenal, with Mikel Arteta as captain, will raise the trophy. I can't deny they deserved it, but again, had the footballing luck gods been on our side, maybe it would have gone in a different direction. Arsenal then do get revenge at Wembley Stadium after we beat them 3-1 in Season 1 to win the same trophy. Raul Gudiño, despite being on the losing side, does get man of the match there with a great rating, and despite actually losing some pretty decent ratings across the board, especially for N'Golo Kante there with a 7.2, but overall, we just didn't test Petr Cech enough in that game to really deserve the win. Very unlucky, but again, not the greatest of performances from ourselves. So Arsenal, having won then the Capital One Cup in that episode, are still in fact top of the table, though in the last 2 episodes we've chipped away at that lead to the point where it's no longer 10 points and it is now only 4. Ourselves and Arsenal, though, in very good positions as we have a game in hand on all the other teams around us. Nevertheless, that does bring a close to today's episode. A really good win against Bayern Munich, a pretty dominant win again in the Barclays Premier League against Stoke, but unfortunately we lose the Capital One Cup final against Arsenal. We do not hold on to our trophy, we do not defend our silverware, but there's always the FA Cup and potentially even the Barclays Premier League as well. If you did enjoy today's episode, though, feel free to hit the likes button, subscribe if you are new around here as well, and don't forget to vote on the 2 straw polls in the description. But nevertheless, it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
No, that's not me. Act like a waste man.